Have you ever thought a planner could fix your entire life? Then this video is for you. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sandy, an accountant turned home organizer who wants to believe in the magic of planners. But I found they don't work because of these 3 key reasons. In this video, I'll share the reasons and walk you through my current planner system that works for me. Welcome to 2025. It's a new year, so that means you're rolling out a new you too, right? New year, new me is a gift of renewal, a blank slate, a new chapter in the story of your life. So it's fitting to step into the urge for all things new, including a new planner, so that this year you'll finally get it together and debut your organized life. Except planners don't work for these 3 reasons. Number 1, perfectionism. As a recovering perfectionist, I understand this point all too well. While a fresh, brand new planner is intoxicating with its blank, crisp pages, it's also incredibly intimidating to start with a blank page. Maybe because the possibilities are endless. For instance, you'll need a year at a glance page, a to be read page for books, monthly calendar pages, weekly pages, and of course, your habit trackers. And as freeing as that sounds, it's also exactly why it's so hard to get something down on the first page. Too many choices. It's like so much planning is involved before you ever put pen to paper. This is also part of the trap of being obsessed with the aesthetics of a planner rather than the function of one. You're consumed with getting the right planner, the right pen, and then the right layouts for said planner. This is how perfectionism will stop you before you ever get started. And that's how you start the pile in the graveyard of unused planners. If this is you, here's a little hack to get over making a mistake in your perfect new planner. Make a mark on the very first page, then make another and then another. These won't be the first strokes out of place, and you can also hide them in different creative ways. Lean into mistakes because they're part of the process, and you can make something new or create something intentional. Unrealistic expectations. I started out this video with the joke that you want your planner to fix your entire life. This isn't far off from the truth. The lure of the new planner is the idea that having one will magically make you organized. It will get you to start being consistent. It will help you set goals and keep them instead of falling off them like most New Year's resolutions. Yes, a planner can help with a lot of things, but the second reason why planners don't work is because often our expectations are too high. It's like heading to the neighborhood pizza restaurant expecting to order the best eggplant parmesan sandwich. It's a pizza restaurant, which means they specialize in pies, not sandwiches. And while getting a planner is the first step, you'll only get so far if you don't actually use your planner for its intended purposes on a consistent and regular basis. For example, did you know you're 42% more likely to achieve a goal if you write the goal down? A planner can help with this, but the next step after getting a planner is to use it. And it starts with having a realistic expectation for what a planner can do for you. Take a minute to get clear on what you want to use a planner for. Ask, how can it be used as a resource and tool to get things done in your life? I'll share more examples on this later in the video when I share my own planner system. The third reason why planners don't work is because we've created overcomplicated planner systems that we can't keep up with. Maybe you've created a system with too much writing or too many steps to manage on a day-to-day basis. Perhaps your weekly spreads are too complex and or too detailed, and who has the time to keep this up week after week and month after month? Not you, and that's why you don't do it. You fall off the planner wagon due to an overly complex system and decide planners don't work after all. The solution? Simplify the process. Now that you know what you want to use your planner for, keep it simple with easy action. For example, start by writing out a list. Not a miles-long list that'll overwhelm you right away, but a small list of the top 3 things you want to get accomplished today. Yes, a planner can be that simple. It can be as simple as a to-do list written down in the same notebook over time. Once you get the hang of doing this and you start to take consistent action, then you can tack on more things for a more elaborate system. Now that you know the pitfalls for why planners don't work and why you have an endless supply of half-used planners, let's take a tour of my personal planner system. Let me emphasize, this is my system. It's not the best system or the recommended system. It's a system I use, so that means it might not work for you if you apply it to your life, but it's one I created to fit my needs and my lifestyle. With that out of the way, let's get into it. These collectively are part of my planner system. Each journal has a very specific purpose in my system. This first journal is my daily planner. It's where I keep track of my day, both personal and business. I create weekly page spreads to keep up with my appointments and priorities for the week. This is a very simple weekly spread because it's fast and easy to create week after week. Plus, it gives me the most amount of writing space needed to jot down the most important tasks and priorities each day. Plus, it gives me a chance to practice my calligraphy skills with the day of the week labels. If I need to do more writing for overflow, I use the strawberry journal for random notes that won't fit in my main daily planner. The next planner in my system is my health and wellness tracker. Each day I track the 3 F's: food, fitness, and feels. In 2024, I had a lot of new health issues come up for me, so this is the best way I found to track everything in one place. The layout is very simple and it's easy for me to keep up on a daily basis. Plus, with the labels, I get to practice more calligraphy. Those are my main 2 planners. Next up are my optional planners that are more hobby-driven. Reading for pleasure became a huge hobby of mine in 2024, and I wanted to keep a reading journal to write down my reviews for all the books I read. I track my favorite parts to the books I read, favorite scenes, and quotes. One fun thing I started to do is write down my thoughts as I'm reading the book. This helps me process what's happening, and it's made this reading journal a place of discovery. It's just like what Joan Didion said, I don't know what I think until I write it down. And my final planner/journal is the one I keep for morning pages. If you haven't heard of morning pages, it's a practice of journaling your thoughts in a stream of consciousness manner first thing in the morning, before the day gets away from you. The practice was introduced in the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. She recommends 3 pages, but I do at least 1 page and continue if I feel like it. Okay, so I realize that my system might seem complicated, but it's one that I've created over a long period of time. And most importantly, it's one that works for me. If you get anything out of this video, it's that you need to create a system that works for you. Share with me in the comments what planner system you use and why it works for you. Thanks for watching.